Hi, my name is Tim Walsh. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and I've been practicing since the year 2000. Aside from acupuncture, I also have a biology degree and I've studied many other forms of medicine, including bioenergetic medicine and naturopathic medicine in the West Indies, neurofeedback with the Delos Institute in San Antonio, Texas, and functional medicine, which is a method of looking at the body through the Western means of physiology and anatomy and lab testing, but treating with natural means whenever possible. Um, Also, within all of this, my lifelong passion has been studying peak states in the human body, peak states of health and peak states of consciousness. Um, Sometimes studying diverse fields is necessary to try to unearth those gems that are the real good information that gets us a step closer to our human potential. One of the very big pieces that I've found has been helpful for achieving peak states is various forms of meditation and qigong. I Back in 1999, I earned a certification for medical qigong. This was one of the first accredited programs for medical qigong in the country. That was at the Academy of Oriental Medicine at Austin. That's that degree there. Since then, I've continued to look for methods to create great states of internal health and also states of consciousness expansion. One of the best pieces that I've found has been Jeff Primack's teachings. His organization is called Supreme Science Qigong. What I teach when I do my presentations, I call the Coherence experience. And I like to say that it's powered by Supreme Science Qigong and proven by Triguna Media's CardioGem, which is a biofeedback device that measures heart waves. Let me tell you just a little bit about these two things and why I use them personally as well as in my practice. Qigong is like Tai Chi. It's beautiful movements that circulate the energy and blood in the body to degrees that are greater than what we do when we exercise, if you can believe that. You would think that when we exercise, we're expending tremendous energy, we're sweating, we're hot, we're moving a lot, and that would create better blood flow. Well, in a way, it can create faster blood flow, but Qigong is done in a very relaxed state. And when we're relaxed, blood can flow freely through the body, not impaired by the constriction that's caused by exercise. Also, exercise creates acids in the body, particularly lactic acid. And when we have acids in the body, that negates some of the benefits of oxygen, which is an alkalizing substance. So when we do Qigong, we're very relaxed, we're breathing deeply and fully, we're moving with as little muscular contraction as possible, as little muscular energy as possible, and we're able to create great degrees of circulation all the way down to the smallest levels. Now, Qigong is smooth and slow and calm, and that would be considered more of a passive form of meditation. In contrast to that is what's called the warrior's breath. And the warrior's breath is an active form of meditation. You take big, powerful breaths. And when you do that type of breathing, you bring tremendous amounts of oxygen into the body. You're still staying relaxed, but it's a much more active type of meditation. And what that does is it floods the body with oxygen. And when we flood the body with oxygen, we're able to create hormone release, neurochemical release, and just energy through the nervous system that we don't normally feel. You can feel tingling, pulsing. When people do meditation with their eyes shut, they can sometimes see lights because the nervous system is receiving so much energy that you're able to actually stimulate certain nerve areas. Like in yogic meditation, they talk about the chakras, or in Chinese medicine, we talk about the dantian. That's the area in the low abdomen where we house a lot of our energy. If we do deep breathing, warrior's breath type breathing with a focus on the low abdomen, we'll actually stimulate the glands and the nerves in that area, boosting sex hormone production. So that's just one example. We can certainly focus on other areas of the body and really energize and awaken the nervous system to a great degree. The passive form of meditation like qigong or deep belly breathing is very good for circulating that energy through the body. But the warrior's breath is necessary to activate and energize and greatly increase the level of energy in the body. The warrior's breath can also go into what's called breath empowerment. This is where we're doing deep breathing, like I showed you before, but we're lying down. And we might do that for 30 or 40 minutes, achieving an incredible state of energy. The whole body feels like it vibrates. Sometimes people have very powerful sensations of energy moving through an area that was previously blocked or injured or in pain. The techniques of Supreme Science Qigong create what I like to call the coherence experience. When the energy in the body is highly organized, we create what's called an internal state of coherence. This is a physics term that basically denotes waves of energy getting along. Like if you play notes on a piano, you can play two notes that don't sound good together at all. That's called destructive interference from a physics standpoint, and you're basically just making noise. Those waves of energy are canceling each other out and dissipating very quickly. But if you play notes that get along, it can sound very, very beautiful. That happens, that's our perception of these waves, these different frequencies of notes getting along and creating a higher state of energy. This is called constructive interference. We can use a device called the cardio gem to put sensors on the wrists that pick up the heart waves. So your heart, when it creates a heartbeat, is not just producing one frequency. There's actually many frequencies, mostly between 0 and 20 hertz, that are being produced by the heart. And when we look at those different frequencies, it's like those notes on a piano. We can look at, if we're playing notes that all get along, it will create a higher state of energy. And that's called internal cardiac coherence. So when we see internal cardiac coherence on a feedback monitor, the practitioner, whether that's myself or someone I'm teaching, is also feeling tremendous states of peace and bliss and heightened states of energy. So we have, even though meditative states create a lot of different effects in the body, whether they're hormonal or nervous system related, neurotransmitters, skin conductivity, body temperature. Even people have studied the emission of photons from the body and from the hands during deep meditation and healing states. But one simple way to look at that is with this internal cardiac coherence, which is showing an energetic state that is very organized and therefore able to conduct a lot of energy through the body. We're basically turning our bodies into somewhat of a liquid crystal, being able to conduct energy very well. People can sometimes feel that as their hair kind of standing on end, or feeling like a crown chakra is opening up, or whole body tingling or pulsing going on. These are reproducible states when you understand how to use the breath and the meditation to create these heightened states of being. Now, this is not just a tactile experience. This is also an experience that leads to clarity of thought. The mental chatter that we often have dissipates by the time we've heightened our energetic state, and we're allowed to kind of attune ourselves to bigger thoughts and bigger answers. So a lot of times in these states of internal cardiac coherence, or just coherence for short, people will have aha moments. They'll have moments of more clearly seeing their life purpose, or maybe solving a problem that was difficult. This is a state that's also experienced in athletics, and in CEOs are very interested in the body and the mind's peak performance. And often that's what happens in these states, is we're able to have grand thoughts of our life and questions to answers that are larger answers that we often can't harness because of the mental chatter and the more chaotic brainwave and heartwave states that are going on. But when we're able to bring the energy of the body into tremendous organization, we're able to tune in to these bigger realizations and more heightened states of being. So I hope you'll join me for some of the experiential videos where I'll introduce a little bit of the warrior breathing, the belly breathing, and the qigong that I use to attune the body. Again, this is Tim Walsh, licensed acupuncturist, and thank you for joining me.